What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to City Skylines. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we continue to look into some of the promising areas of our city and try and make things better. So for right now, in the previous episode, we had gotten this big ol', I don't know, turd-shaped, slug-shaped, toe-shaped, whatever it is. We had gotten this taken care of. It was an experiment to see whether or not it would work. I wasn't positive that it would or wouldn't, and I figured today we'll probably try and finish this off, but let's have a look at the things that are going on this side of town. It looks like citizens are sick on this side of town. They should be able to dispatch ambulances to take care of that. So hopefully, where's the ambulance at? It should be around. Is anybody coming to help these? Oh my god, look how many citizens there are. There are a lot of people walking around. That is a ton of foot patrol. Like, seriously, they are stomping the yard right now. So it looks like somebody came and helped the one next door, but nobody helped that one right there. I'm sure it'll probably work out in the end. We should probably make a hospital or something in the region to make this a little bit easier. We've got a lot of money, so we can make decisions right now that aren't they aren't necessarily fiscally intelligent, but they are sort of like the humanitarian thing to do to put people out of their misery. So I guess we could put, it looks like we got some serious sickness problems right there. We'll throw that in. This guy's full. Let's consider then, we already have, so how many of these processing thingamadoobies do we have down in here? We have a couple of them. I think we'd be better off if we built another as well, and we just sort of like let these guys offload. It does produce a lot of pollution, but this whole area is sort of nasty and purple anyways, and there's not going to be a lot that I can do about it. Now, the reason we're leaving this mostly untouched up here is going to be for the simple fact that the ecosystem based around the roads that I built is very, very fragile. It's got problems right now. It is fragile. That's basically what's coming down, and if I start adding more stuff over here, these roads are going to bog down pretty quickly. That's a metro right there. Okay, I remember setting up the metro. Yeah, I remember that very, very much. Alright, well, with these all down and in here, the citizens remain sick. I don't know if that's due to the landfill. Let's go ahead and unload that thing. It has multiple problems. The building is set to empty its content and therefore not working. Okay, building should be emptying. They should take it over to these buildings right here to make life a little bit easier. However, we may have to go and actually, can I just demolish this? I don't think you can until it's empty. Yeah, they did that to keep you from exploiting it because that's what I would have done in other games. They would have just bulldozed it. This one over here is not ready to go either. Let's just take this road out a little bit further, and I guess we'll just turn this whole area into like a nasty, gashy grossness. I mean, we've already got poo water flowing out into the ocean, and we just need more landfills. That's all that we... Let's go maybe not, maybe not. Hold on. Don't do that. No, I don't want to destroy you. However, I do need to move you further away. There it is. Actually, I could start moving some of these to other locations. Yeah, you can't relocate them, unfortunately, so nothing to be done right there. The building's down to 96% full. I think they drop off a lot of trash to these compactors over here, too, so... I don't know, will they take them to this one right here? Because this one's actually running down a little bit. It only has like 260,000 units, I guess. I had to count the amount of diggets that it had in the number right there, and I'm not so good at that. Counting is not one of my major skills. That's why they wouldn't let me reprise the role of Count on Sesame Street. I tried out for that. No, I'm just joking. I never tried out for that role. I'm just pulling your leg and anything else I can get a hold of. Your leg and anything else I can get a hold of. Let's see here. We could probably do 26, 34, 64. So this one is definitely being leaned on a little bit heavier than some of the others. We might be able to get away with putting a landfill out here somewhere. That's not what I desire right now. I want a straight road. Give me that thing. There it is. So we got a straight road. I still don't think it's going to fit, though. We can give it a try, but... well, it sort of makes it. Just put in a couple more out here just to, like, keep things babysitted and make sure that things are running where they need to go. But we need an actual, like, disposal program for some of this stuff, which we don't have at the moment. We have... why are so many citizens sick right now? Because I've dropped all kinds of hospitals and things in for you. Additionally, if you guys just have, like, the sniffles, you don't need to flag yourself with the city as being sick. I know it's a totalitarian regime, and that I told you to report everything to the government that you can, but you don't have to. I mean, you can, I guess, if you want. You go with a hospital, it's $65,000, and it would cost us some cash, but I think it's probably a good idea to have a hospital in the big city. So there it is. It looked like it was burnt down for a second. Like, it looked like it built it with the burnt out graphic. I was like, no! A burned down hospital will not function in any way that I need it to. Bus stop looking all popular down here. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Them big crowds, like Kiss is coming to town. Alright, well, how many are we servicing a month? It's got to be pretty good, right? Oh, we can actually click on individuals, too? That's pretty wild. I don't want to talk to Ashley Williams right now, though. I kind of just want to click on my bus stop. Can I... The bus is moving 1,400 citizens per week. The tramway is moving 350 per week, so it's actually not that much. We're moving a small portion of our citizens around. However, I don't see a lot of cars in some of these areas, so I think our traffic situation's looking pretty solid. It may get a little bad up and in here, so we may want to consider going back. I like the way that this roundabout is working, too. It seems to be doing pretty well. It allows people to redivert to wherever they want to go fairly simply. It looks like we need more residential. What's upgrading right now, by the way? We've got, what are these? Elementary schools. So do we need any more of those? Every now and again, the music gets downright booming in this game. It gets the music becomes quite noisome. So we'll go with the high school right here, because you need a high school in the city, I think. Elementary school right there. We'll just sort of pepper this around to try and make sure that everybody has what they need once you get into the city. But placing a further high school is going to cause us a little bit of pain here. There are going to be definite costs if we end up doing that. Or we could put it along the side right here and just build around it, I guess. Wouldn't be so bad. We are going through our cash, so let me speed up the game very, very quickly and see if maybe we can bring up the educational level, because that has been our entire game-long struggle. Right now, only 23% of our population is uneducated, which is actually really, really good for us, considering 4 or 5 episodes ago, we were sitting right on the precipice of like 51%. So we've managed to bring that down by a good 28%, which, as I said previously, if a mayor adjusts anything up or down by 28%, he's making changes. Good or bad, you've got to admit that he's changing something, so that's working out for me right now. Educational levels look to be upgrading suitably in the way that I would expect them to. What a great city. I would think I'm dreaming if I didn't know it otherwise. Pinching yourself. People always say that pinching yourself works when you're dreaming. It's never worked for me. Not a single time. I can't feel pain in my dreams. And so, like, I guess that's how you trigger it. But in a dream, you never quite realize that you're in a dream until the last moment. And then once you realize you're actually in the dream, you're like, oh, shit, there it goes. And then you wake up the second you realize it, right? That's what always happens to me. Alright, so we're going to need some residential and some more commercial, and we're just barely staying ahead of it right now. I'm thinking a nice little block of residential up in here will be nice. What kind of road do I have laid down right now on this side? This appears to be a 6-lane one-way. And if I wanted to bring these through, I'm using 2 lanes over here. I'm using 2 lanes over here. Okay, so... Well, is that a 4-lane? It's a 4-lane, but people keep parking along the sides too, which causes problems. We need to come up with like parking garages or something to make this all better. What's our fire situation looking like? Can they put these out because skyscrapers catching on fire, while a brilliant metaphor for society, is not really something I want to see inside my own backyard. It will upset me. On this side, can we actually move this power system yet? Let's say that I move one. So we have power coming in this way. We may not even need any... No! I wish there was an undo button. I really sincerely do. An undo button would make my life so much easier. So what is this? This is a one-way 6-lane road from what it looks like. Or is it just a 6-lane road? It's just a 6-lane road. Okay, we'll fix that real fast. I wish there was an undo button that you could do like Shift U or something real fast. Is there? Toggle snapping? No. I don't see a Shift U or anything anywhere, but I do wish that there was one so that like whatever your last action was, you could undo it real fast. Not exploitable. Like, not to an exploitable extent. Dane the Hiccup tried to get me right there. Sorry about that. We actually may not need this entire leg of power at all once we... Yeah, we don't need this leg. This leg is done, so let's get rid of it. There it is. For efficiency's sake, we've done quite well. Let's have a look at our zoning now and figure out what we can get done. I may... Let's go high-density commercial along the edges right here. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this done super well, but we can give it a try. We're also going to go for office buildings up in here because they are going to need them in the future, although that's going to require us to have educated workers. So we may be front-loading ourselves for a little bit of misery right now. On the plus side, it does go up flush next to the public transit system, so that's pretty cool. That would have worked out a lot better if it had gone flat. If it had gone right up to the sewer system. You'd be like, look, it runs flush to the sewer system. That would have been awesome, but unfortunately, it did not work out like that. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room to work with right here. It's not going to be super purty, but I'm happy with what we've got right now. We might want to make like a Central Park type thing over on one side too. Most of this is just going to be little residential areas, but let's let the game run for a second and we'll see how this all sprouts up. I'm willing to bet it'll probably pop up pretty quickly. All in all, I'm really impressed with this city area. Like, it's not super advanced right now. Like, what does this take in order for it to go? Oh, it's about to go to the next level. Okay, so it doesn't say anywhere, educate more citizens. Oh, it's all about education. Okay, so I guess it's good. I guess it's really, really good that we took the time to go through and make sure that our citizens were educated. With regards to our collegiate system, not looking so great, but I don't think the road system out here will support a college. That's the part that leaves me a little bit worried, unless we put it on like a central thoroughfare, like all the way down at the end possibly. That seems alright. It was a little expensive, but what's the upkeep on that, by the way? 2,000 a week? Oh, we got that. We got that covered. With all of these industrial areas and everything that we have popping in, we should be able to keep ourselves fairly well self-sufficient when it comes to the random ducats that we've been shoving into our buckets. I keep my ducats in buckets because it rhymes. It's a bucket that says suck it on the side, just in case, so that haters will know. It's a bucket full of ducats that says suck it on the side. And, you know, if I used bad language on here, there would be an extra part to that, but whatever. We actually still need some more commercial, although we're lined up really, really well right now. I think this roundabout design is going to help us in the end. It's not the best to look at, but simultaneously, I am impressed with the progress. Like, it's really, really coming together well. With the university back here, there it is. That is going to mess with traffic quite a bit. Pedestrian legwork is going just like off the wall right now. But there's not much that I can do about that. We do have some abandonment problems up in this upper area. But that might just... We have plenty of citizens, so that looks okay. Now that we've gotten a little bit of cash back, I'm going to slow the game down again. And we need to think about districting out this stuff over here. Districting, not restricting. Restricting, people don't enjoy that. We could do a 6-lane across each of these to just try and make it function a little bit better with the grid lines and whatever. Just try and keep this all held together. I'm going to try and keep these straight for right now. I do sincerely wish that there was a way for me to do this more efficiently. But unfortunately, I can either... Two options here. I can either steal grid from this spot right here, or otherwise, and now that it's crooked, it causes me problems too, so... Unfortunately, we have to be attaching to intersections. I guess I could make it curve, and that would make it a tad more efficient. That one didn't even connect. So since we're not making any connections right now, we went on a first date, these two roads met with each other, they just didn't connect, and so they decided to let it go. I figure... Let's try it curvy style. Maybe I can weasel this in a little bit better if I just go curvy with the whole damn thing. So that looks alright. Yeah, that looks acceptable. I think we got a few more grid lines out of it. If you wanted to know what we're doing right now, we are graticulating. That is the verb for what we are doing right now. Graticulating means that you are subdividing anything into squares. So there's your fun factoid of the day. Graticulation. It's not as filthy as it sounds. When you first hear the word graticulation, I agree that it sounds very, very filthy. But it's not. It's totally okay. Use it in front of your mother, your grandma, anybody that you want to. And I'm sure nothing terrible will happen. I'm doing my best with the space that we have right now. I think given the fact that this is sort of like eye-shaped, or, you know, whatever you want it to be shaped like, unfortunately, it is kind of demanding that I move roads around a little bit more curvy than I would like. And it takes all my brain power. I have to stop talking. My brain power falls off every single time that I do this. Can I actually do that right there? I don't know if I want to. Let's leave this for a big park. How's that sound? We'll do like a really, really awesome park in here. Or maybe like a couple of them or something. I don't know. It seems like it would be cool. These people over here, their recreation seems to be out. Do parks help out? Do they help with pollution? No pollution, no noise pollution. Because these areas are lit up red, like they need this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll give these people... How much did that cost me? It's going to be expensive, isn't it? It's at the end of the list. Let's give them the $7,500 park. Maybe that'll help out a little bit. Make people a tiny bit happier. Put this one next to the landfill because everybody likes the stink of feces, decay, and death while they go to the park. These are cheap enough to where I can throw them around all over the place too and not have to worry about it. Let me see if I can find a better spot for this without harming my industry too greatly. These houses over here aren't doing so great anyways, so maybe we'll wipe those out just to make room for them. They destroyed my house and built a park. On the plus side, my friends and I are responsible for not a park being shut down, but there's a sign to this day. There's a sign in the park by my house that they put in because of me and my friends. It says no football. It's like a very specific sign with like a foot and a football on it, because we used to play mud football there when I was in junior high and high school every Saturday, and I guess we ended up hurting the field a little bit. Like, we were kids. We didn't know that it was going to do that. Like, we didn't think about it because kids don't think about stuff like that. At least I didn't. Maybe we were just dumber than the rest, but we didn't think about it. And then they put up a sign and they started like calling the police when we would go out there to play football. We go out there and play tackle football. It was like the thing that we did. It was really exciting too. It was a lot of fun. It was a big deal to us, and so take from that. Let's put that right there. That'll be pretty awesome. Maybe increase the land value a little bit. Give ourselves a little plaza. Yeah. I don't think a business park down here would hurt either. They're kind of expensive though. Like, what's our budget on Parks and Rec right now? It's got to be considerable. I mean, we are still gaining money. Like, our weekly income is still skyrocketing right now. So I'm figuring we've just about got everything where we want it to be. Like, if we adjust the park budget, what does that accomplish? Here, I love how that's clickable even while this menu's open. Oh my god, I cannot express that enough. Developers, they nailed it on the UI with this game. Like, everything just works the way that you would want it to. Like, you can interact with the set pieces while inside menus. Like, these don't actually fall behind. It's very, very nice that the menus don't become receded behind others when you bring them up. And I like it a lot. We need commercial areas, actually, weirdly enough. We got a lot of income right now. But anyways, parks, that's what I was looking at. If the budget is large, they create more happiness. Well, hell. Bump that up to 120%. We got the cash for it. What does this do? Garbage facilities, the more vehicles they can send out. See, that doesn't help me that much. I wish that it did, but it don't. And so, unfortunately, we were trying to come up with a solution. Oh, we needed water over here. I didn't even realize that I messed that up so badly. Okay, well, let's just run that. There we go. Get a perpendicularity right there and a perpendicularity right there. How are we doing with water, by the way? Okay, I think that I'd like to supplement our water supply from right here on this outflow. Since we have the money, we can actually take this and turn it into like a very, very short-term solution. I'm sorry, we can turn this into a very, very... My brain is just not working right now. We can turn this into a long-term solution with very, very small pecuniary damages. So there's that right there. We are going to have to get power out to this location, which is an issue, but it's not so bad. There we go. And so power's made it out. Now what we got to do is get ourselves a little bit of... How's our power system doing, by the way? Power's doing all right. It's not doing incredibly, but it's doing well enough. And then what I'd like to do is we'll just connect that right there. The sewage outflow, I think... The pipe's going a long way for the sewage from here, which makes me nervous. I don't want to put another outflow over here, though. What is this? A water treatment plant. Don't want to pump raw sewage into bodies of water. You can build water treatment plants to reduce the environmental impact of your city. It'll purify 85% of the pollution in sewage. That sounds pretty good. What is this? That's the outflow pipe. So this has to go on the water side. Right here? Okay. Yeah, drop it right there, and we'll just kind of like see what it does. Keep that thing powered, and then if we bring that... Does it have to be in front of these pipes, though? How does that work? So you would figure it would have to be in front of these pipes, wouldn't it? We'll keep an eye on the efficiency. It might not be in the right spot for the chain to function properly. Operating... It says that it's working. I mean, I may have put it in a not so amazing spot. I would assume that right here would be... Oh... We actually... It's a good thing we brought in that other pump, because this one... Can I relocate it, actually? There it is. Relocate it further down shore, because we've got some creeping nastiness taking place right here. And we're going to have to deal with that. We'll keep an eye on... Oh my god, we filled up like this entire area with pollution. That is embarrassing right there. That is completely and totally embarrassing. Well, offload to wherever you got to offload to, I suppose. I mean, take it to the landfill, take it to these other little areas where we can generate some electricity. That's all we've got, though. I mean, I don't know how else we can get rid of our sewage. That's pretty much all that I have right now. We can swap some of this out for these right here. It is going to hurt our green energy solutions for surely. our green energy solutions are not going to be so pertinent. Oh, I like how there's a playground in the middle so that the kids can play next to the landfill. Great. Awesome. Like, Mommy, look, I grew a fourth eye. I'm like, wait, you came here with a third eye? Hold on. We need to walk through this iteratively. We can't just start with a fourth eye here. So is our education stalled out? Let's take a look. 19%. It hasn't stalled out, but we're getting there. Down in this area, it looks like they're hurting a little bit. Let's speed the game up for a couple seconds. We need more residential. I can deal with that. Yeah, I can make that happen. Let's go with the... I like the paint tool the best. I've been using the paint tool a lot. So we'll go all in right here. I'm going to leave this row for supplementary stuff like metros and things like that. Police departments, all that fun stuff. Traffic is going to get a lot worse, but if you're driving a car in the city, you sort of deserve it. Like, it is what it is. You should be like riding a subway or something if you're in the city. There we go. Like when I go to San Francisco, I rarely bring a car. I usually park out, or I'll park on the outskirts because honestly, tracking down a parking garage is a pain in the ass and I just don't enjoy doing it. So usually I'll either try and get my way in like ride sharing with somebody or anything like that, to be honest. It's just the way, it's easier to walk. It really sincerely is. It's so much easier to walk when you're in the city. Alright, so I think we have room enough for like one more spot in here. We could do like a little 4-lane side. Oh, we hit 20,000. It's a grand old city. Cool. We got a solar power plant. It's a green choice, but it costs a lot. Yeah, unfortunately, we're running off of trash right now, which is not my favorite municipal decision that we've made, but it's a decision. Let me take that right there just to get us a little bit of extra space. And then we'll fill that in right there with whatever we can fit. Okay, and since we've filled out all of our problems right there, we're going to have to start thinking about another area to expand to in a moment, though. So we'll add some more places for people to work. Oh, no, we got way more stuff on that side, too, so we can actually turn this into just, like, sprawl if we wanted to. Things are looking good. I'm really happy with the city. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but it's like we had such a rough start in this series, and things did not go the way that I wanted them to, that when they actually are ship-shaping up now, and why we would want our city in a ship shape, I don't know, but I'm happy with it. I'm very, very happy with it. These places should be alright. I dug up a barrel full of glowing goo in my backyard. Who should I call? Ghostbusters! God, I love the 80s. The 80s, I used to hate on the 80s all the time because I, like, was partially in them. But now, I love the 80s. Like, the hope of the 80s is just, like, a weird thing. Actually, the hope of any time in the past is, quite frankly, a really, really, like, amazing thing. Like, just how people thought life would be in 2015. I'm like, no, we're still pretty much just bumming around doing the same shit we always did. You know, just kind of hanging out, doing our thing. Let's see here. We've got to, well, I think this is a good spot to break off the episode. I'm going to pause it for a minute and just sort of like appraise and see what I want to do with the remainder of the city and just sort of make sure that this is all planned out properly. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Cities Skylines. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. Take care out there, everybody. And as always, hi do.